And my gut is it won't be if people are thinking. Now, so I asked Jerry and Gavin for permission to do this because I want to put their race in the context of the national political climate and what's going on. Because both the state and the federal issues are important to the students here. And if you are the same percentage of the electorate in this midterm election that you were in the presidential election, all the pollsters are wrong, and America will keep moving forward, and so will California. What you have in America is a tale of two stories, which you see played out in California. The Republican story goes something like this. Hey, we left them in a $3 trillion hole, but they had 21 months to dig out, and they failed. They didn't dig us out, and they spent too much money and gave us too much government doing it. There's probably a little bit of a socialist predilection among the president and the members of Congress, and the same thing is true in every important state race in America. So put us back in. That's about what they're saying, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So the Democratic story is, well, we were in a big hole, and we couldn't get you out in 21 months, but we did stop digging. And we're moving out of this because we're focused on the future, dealing with the big things, and all we're asking for is 2 more years. You gave them 8 years to dig the hole. You at least ought to give us 4 years to get out of it. Now, meanwhile, no matter who governs Congress and what happens with the White House and the policy, it will matter enormously who the leaders of California are. Because you've had special burdens with your budget. You've had a crushing blow for years to education, beginning with kindergarten and going all through your universities. And yet you have more potential than any place on earth. It matters. So let me just tell you what I think about the national stuff and how it affects California. And talk a little bit about these two men, both of whom I know very, very well. So how do you know which story is right? Well, one thing that I want to recommend, since we're in football season, is for you to think about. Now, when we care about something in America that's really important to us, like football, we know the facts. I bet there are hundreds of men and women in this crowd that can go through all the details of that Texas game. Right? I mean, you remember, right? Because we care. It's important. But when something doesn't amount to a hill of beans, like the economic future of our children and the state of the current economy and how we're going to get out of it and what America looks like, we say, oh, don't bother me, I got my mind made up. I am mad and I know what I have to do.